Okay, so, here's some Godzilla 2 updates. Now, most of you guys know that Godzilla got pushed a year back. Godzilla 2 got pushed a year back after, Gareth Edwards left, and the project was... There were people saying, oh, the project's done now, there's no way a Godzilla 2 can happen now. But Legendary said, nah, fuck that, we still doing this. And now we have finally an update, because, yeah, they still wanted, depending on how well Kong Skull Island does, they still want to do King Kong versus Godzilla, and maybe cross in the, Pacific Rim 2. Remember when Pacific Rim 2 was still, dead in the water for years, and now now they have the money, and, they got Stephen S. DeKnight directing, but I won't, I'm still not fully believing it until I see a trailer. I am that skeptic. But I still have hope for Godzilla 2. And it looks like we finally have writers for the movie. Now, again, this could easily, fall through, but it looks like, yeah, they've been asked to write the script, and that is Michael Daughtry, I think that's the name, Michael Daughtry, Daughtry, I can't pronounce the last, is it Daughtry or Daughtry? I don't know. And Zach Shields will be writing the script for Godzilla 2. Now, if you're not aware of who Michael Daughtry is, he is the writer of X-Men 2 and X-Men Apocalypse, as well as he has been the director of Krampus, as well as Trick or Treat, and he's also the writer of one of the co-writers of Usual Suspects. He's very close with oh fuck, what's his name? Why is it that whenever I do these videos, names get away from me? Why? Oh, man. And now it's killing me, too. This is wonderful, huh? I just love when names get away from me, and I look like a dumbass in front of all of you. It's amazing. Kudos to me. Bryan Singer, that's the guy. He's worked closely with Bryan Singer on multiple projects. Yeah, took me forever to think of that. I'm sorry. But yeah, Bryan Singer, yeah, Michael Daughtry and Zach Shields have worked closely, especially on Krampus, as well as, trying to get Trick or Treat 2 out there. So what do I think of the guy who directed one of the coolest holiday horror films, 2 of them, in fact, and a guy Zach Shields, I think, is announced that he's writing a lot of the comics for Legendary. Yeah, Legendary works closely to do comics, so I think that's cool. What do I think of Michael Daughtry and Zach Shields writing Godzilla 2? Awesome! Totally awesome! I absolutely love it. I love it. Because, yeah, those guys have written everything. If you look at their list, chances are I like or love everything they've done. So to have them write one of probably my favorite kaiju of all time, to give him a movie, yeah, I am on board. That's all I need to say. I am totally on board. They still have not found a director, which is a little distressing, because 2019 may just come out and jump at you. So it's a little... now that I think about it, it probably won't be too long. Now that they have announced writers, I would not be shocked that sometime before the end of the year, or at all, early next year, say February at earliest. February or December. Somewhere between November and February. Sometime in that mark, we're probably going to get announced. They're probably going to pin down a director. That's probably when now that they have writers, now all they need is a director for the film, now that Gareth Edwards said he won't be returning. So it does make me wonder of who could you get to do, directorial work on a film like this. Now, obviously, it was surprising to get Stephen S. DeKnight, the showrunner for Daredevil, to do Pacific Rim 2. Very action-oriented, very drama-oriented writer. It does make me wonder of who you could possibly get to direct Godzilla 2 and, meet some certain demands. There's a lot of directors, and I know a lot of people want Del Toro, but I think Del Toro's a little too busy with his own projects to do that. I'm still waiting for the Haunted Mansion movie, Del Toro. When's that coming? I've been waiting since 2010. Where is it, dude? Just saying. Anyway, so with that being said, I think it would, a couple directors I would love to see, in the director's chair. I think it would be... It's gonna be interesting because you really need someone who understands the Godzilla and kaiju genre. So I don't know, because that's a tough one. So, a couple directors I think would be cool would be Neil Marshall. Neil Marshall, who directed Dog Soldiers, he's directed TV show, he's directed episodes of Game of Thrones, as well as the pilot episode for Constantine. He's done a lot of, like, horror films. So, Neil Marshall, he's also really good at gore scenes. I think he would be a good pick, but I don't think... I think he's doing a lot of Game of Thrones episodes, but he could easily do both. So Neil Marshall's one. I think it would be cool to see, God, what's his name? I think it would be interesting to see, because I don't think we'll get a big name director for this. I don't think we'll get a giant director for this film. I would like to see, oh God, lost my train of thought on it. But I would like to see someone who can really dole out the action as well as drama. Not to say Gareth Edwards did it. He didn't in his film. Not to say Gareth Edwards didn't in his film. I'm just saying I would like to see a film where Godzilla, because here's the other thing. This film, unless it's changed, is supposed to have Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah. We're supposed to have all of those kaiju in this film. So keep in mind, you're going to have to be juggling like 4 kaiju, and give them all stories, unleash them on the world, and there's still there's still the matter of casting. So you need a director who can do a lot of giant monster action, unless of course they decide that, because that got announced a long time ago. Things could have easily changed. Like maybe, Toho bought the rights back to the other 3 monsters. They could have, maybe they went, fuck it, let's just do another original monster, so we don't have to pay Toho. There are so many factors in here that could have changed it. But they still Legendary still says, at least as far as I know, that they still want to use Mothra, Rodan, and Ghidorah in the Godzilla 2 movie. So, yeah. That's going to be interesting. You really need a director who can balance all of that. I don't know. I don't know who you could get for that. Hopefully someone who could, hopefully soon. But again, I would not be shocked if we got a director sometime soon, is what I'm saying. That's probably what we're going to be news now that we have writers. It won't be long until Legendary pins down a director. And hopefully this Legendary universe can get some help. Because, yeah, they have tons of money now. They have now tons of money. They're really breaking out a big budget for Godzilla 2, apparently, as well as Pacific Rim 2. But again, this whole shared universe thing depends on Kong. It does depend on the sales of Kong. Because, Kong Skull Island, they did, there was a little teaser where we had a poster, and it says Monarch. Monarch was first appeared in Godzilla it was the group that monitored Godzilla and any other kaiju. So, this is going to show that Monarch's been around, and it's probably going to be that John Goodman's character is a member of Monarch, who was tasked of finding Kong. So, that'll be, I think that's really cool that they're putting little leaks, little droplets of this shared universe in here. So, I'm very much looking forward to this. All I asked is a good director and a really good cast. Maybe you can bring back Dr. Serizawa? I'm just saying, Ken Watanabe for the win. But, the thing about Godzilla films is that the cast constantly changes, so, I guess any cast would do. Anyway, so you guys tell me, what do you guys think of the writers for Godzilla 2? And do you still want to see Mothra, Rodan, and Ghidorah in the film? Just comment below, let me know. Once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.